Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 16 of the TYB podcast. We're back again. Happy Tuesday when you're watching this. Yes, we were recording a day earlier now. You're welcome. Will, how you feeling on this Monday afternoon?
Feeling great. Finals week is here, which, yeah, I know. Yeah, it sucks. We're just, the only thing I'm really worried about is my accounting final. That's it. But who cares?
I never took
really.
accounting.
Yeah, I know you're a comms major. Didn't have to.
I'm not. I was, but not anymore.
Yeah. Congrats on graduation, by the way.
Thank you.
Big accomplishment.
I appreciate it. It is. It feels good. Now we're just gonna see if somebody hires your boy. So
yeah, you're free.
Stay tuned.
So we'll see.
We'll
Don't
see
hire this guy.
Yeah.
And
Well, you could. I got a pretty big digital footprint at this point, so fingers crossed. We're going to hope for the best.
Yeah, especially that one picture of you and Spencer in front of the former AT&T Center with no undershirt on, wearing jerseys and jeans. That should be
bad.
A fireable offense if anyone figures out that you did that.
It's a tough look. The Instagram's private, so I think we should be okay.
We always have ways here.
Yeah,
we always have ways to get it out at TYB. So
when Will Glover's your biggest op, it's tough.
I have my ways.
Tough to come back from.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, of course, man. Anyways, it wasn't as big of a week in sports as it has been, I should say. But the biggest news, maybe in American sports history, happened. Unfortunately, it's in the third most popular American sport, really fourth if you account for NCAA football. And that was Shohei Ohtani signing with the Los Angeles Dodgers for $700 million for 10 years. Largest AAV, which is average annual value in North American professional sports, and the largest total guaranteed contract in sports history. Ryan, what I was shocked when I saw it because you know my stance on it, but you got anything?
I mean, I think we have similar stances. I knew he was gonna. I think we all knew he was gonna get a record-breaking deal, even after the surgery that he had, Tommy John surgery on his arm. I was surprised that it was $700 million. I don't know if any player is worth $700 million, especially when you're paying him to hit and pitch. And we don't know if he's going to be able to pitch. So essentially, you're paying $70 million a year for a designated hitter. So that is questionable to me. But you know what? The Dodgers are one of the few teams in the sport and then the world that has the money to do that. And so, you know, I'm a firm believer in you spend money, you win championships, and that's been a big gripe for me as a Red Sox fan over the past however many years. So I think it was an overpay, but I feel like wherever he was going to get that much money. So congratulations to the Dodgers. You have a designated hitter.
Yeah, you complain about it. Imagine being a small market Cardinals fan. At least the Red Sox have a little bit larger market. But yeah, it looks like you've been watching my videos on Ohtani, so I appreciate that.
I haven't.
Wow. Okay, well, that hurts.
I do not support this podcast in the slightest. So
that's crazy. I put so much hard work into this. You need to be getting ready to launch a website. It's your job.
That is my job.
To be announced at a later time. But yeah, anyways, back to Ohtani. I was thinking $600 million, which is what everyone else was thinking. His former teammate Mike Trout was thinking $400-500 mil, which I thought was something that would be okay to pay. When you have a guy who's missed 3 seasons due to UCL issues, like Ryan had said, it's just not worth the risk. It's not worth $700 million personally, but they abolished the salary cap in baseball, and they now just have a huge luxury tax issue. But I mean, if the owner wants to pay that, then that's fine by him. I don't think they're winning the World Series just from Ohtani personally. Ohtani gives you one game in the playoffs for pitching. One game every 5 nights. maybe 6. So we'll see. Right now, it's still the Rangers run the league, which is really ironic considering they have been pretty much in the shitter for the last, I don't know, 50 years, besides 10 and 11. We'll see. More baseball later, probably once we pass January 1st, 2024. So don't expect it for a while. We have some more important things. Ryan, what do you want to say?
Oh, the only other thing about baseball I wanted to touch on, Tyler O'Neill. What do I need to know about him? What do I need to know about the guy?
That's right. I forgot. We have Ryan and I have made a trade, if you may.
Yeah.
Tyler O'Neill, a very electric player if he stays healthy. The issue is he is less reliable on health than Shohei Ohtani by a long shot. But yeah,
he sounds like a Red Sox already.
Yeah, if you can recall back to 2021, which you can't because you didn't watch Cardinals baseball.
I didn't.
He 35 home runs, I think 90 something RBIs, hit around 280, Gold Glove, Silver Slugger Award, finished 6th in MVP. That's the Tyler O'Neill that you'll get if he's healthy. He has not been healthy since 2021. And
so
if you also remember, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, if you also remember. No, because Kyle Schwarber can stay healthy now, as we've seen him in Philadelphia. Except O'Neill will give you 100 points better on batting average. So instead of
I'll take it.
170, you're going to get 270 with the same on-base percentage. But at least he's hitting the ball a little more. So yeah, if you remember also what you don't because you didn't watch Cardinals baseball, but during the Cardinals' 17-game winning streak back in 21, he hit around, I think, 400 with 8 home runs and like a 1200 OPS. So when he's hot, he's hot. And those stretches are really fun to watch, but they are few and far in between. So there you go. There's my rundown on Tyler O'Neill, which I love personally. Great guy. I'm going to miss him in St. Louis, but it was time. So
great.
Sad.
Great.
Yeah.
It was time.
Congrats.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
Yeah. Anytime that a Cardinal fan says it's time, you know it's not good because the Cardinals love employing a bunch of old washed players, as we've seen time and again. Yeah. So moving on. What did I say I wanted to talk about? We were going to talk about football, obviously. Lots to go over this week. But a little something here. There's only one college football game on this week, and very sad. But it was Army Navy, and this meant a little more. Ryan, do you know why it meant a little more this time around?
Why did it mean a little more?
Oh, I thought you knew. Both teams were battling for bowl eligibility, both sitting at 5 and 6.
Oh yeah.
So
I didn't know that, but it's fair.
The mid-off of the century between our Army and our Navy.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
That's a little political.
Nothing really here. Cry. Navy didn't score until the fourth quarter, and it was pretty much 10-0 the whole game. So that's all I got.
Love that.
Congrats.
Love that.
Congrats, Army.
Yeah, Belichick was on College Game Day. That was fun. He showed a lot more personality and character than he does in his interviews. He put the Navy helmet on. It was awesome. We loved it. It was good.
Just doing tricks on it right now.
No, come on. How can you not love Belichick being excited? Belichick getting excited excites anyone. No, it's good. It's good.
Look at this guy. This guy's got a Celtics banner, a New England Patriots banner, and a Celtics hat on. It like the most obvious. The most obvious
out of shot that way. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Which one's that? The Bruins?
No, I don't have a Bruins one. It's one that just says Boston. It's green.
Fake. Yeah, you're fake. He doesn't even know He doesn't even know his starting lineup on the Bruins.
Okay.
Anyways, so yeah, college football. Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick was probably the most exciting story from that game. Do you see this, Ryan? Are you looking at my screen? I thought I had just like something on my nose, but apparently it's now bleeding. So I am. See, look,
Wow.
it's getting redder. Yeah, the things
Yeah,
I
look
do,
at you.
blood, sweat, and tears, for this show.
Stop playing with it.
It's bleeding. I'm
No,
trying to wipe it
but
off.
you're messing with it. It's gonna get worse if you keep messing with it. So just don't touch
Look,
it.
you can see it actively. Anyways,
Don't
this is.
touch it.
I'm not touching it.
I can't believe I'm mothering you on this show right now.
This podcast is chalked. All right, NFL. We got 2 games on tonight.
Both horrible.
What do you think? Yeah, well, yeah, really. Give me your predictions.
Oh, give me the Packers. Give me the Packers. Give me the Dolphins. Not going to be close. Not going to be exciting. My roommate's going to be watching it because both of those games depend on him making the playoffs in two of his fantasy leagues. In our fantasy league, he is definitely not. Wipe the blood.
Yeah,
off
Julian.
Your face, actually,
See,
wipe the
I told you, man. See,
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, Julian.
Okay.
What was he cooking when he had his 8-page fantasy football outlook strategy?
That makes it so much more embarrassing. That is the
Wait,
worst part.
who did he draft again? Who was like his first 4 picks?
I'm gonna pull it up. I'm gonna pull it up right now.
Pull it up. It was awful.
Keep talking.
We were
I'm gonna pull it
clowning
up.
him. It was something. Yeah. So Julian's got a little bit on the line for other leagues. Not the one we're in, because I'm pretty sure he's in last still. Either him or one of our buddies' little brothers, who will not be joining us back next year. We have relegated him. So if you want to join our fantasy league, just let us know. I run it. I always run it every year. I'm the one who always finishes in first. Actually, that's not true. Who won last year?
I did.
Was it you? It was you.
Yeah, it was.
So
it was
Ryan
me.
finally won something.
It came down to Crow and I won because of the Damar Hamlin game.
Yeah.
Got canceled.
Oh, that's right.
But hey, who knows?
Oh,
Who knows? Burrow and Jamar Chase could have not scored a single point. We don't know. Okay, here's Julian's picks. In the first round, with the 5th pick, he took Cooper Kupp. His second pick, Jalen Waddle. His third pick, Calvin Ridley. His 4th pick, Dameon Pierce. His 5th pick, TJ Hawkinson.
Dameon Pierce went 4th?
His 6th pick, Javonte Williams. And then he took Tua.
Oh, gosh.
Then he took Cortland Sutton. Then he took Elijah Moore. Then he took Zeke. Then he took Tajay Spears. In the 7th round, he took Deuce Vaughn. Romeo Dobbs.
Deuce Vaughn went the 7th round? I didn't even know that. Oh my word. Cook.
Yeah,
He had, remember guys,
bad.
he had like 8 or 9 pages
Of notes.
of notes on this, and that's what he cooked. Never let him in the kitchen again. He should probably be relegated from our league for that performance.
We can't.
Unfortunately, we can't. Julian's too valuable to the production. No one knows, but he's there. So yeah. So you got Dolphins and Packers. I agree. I have successfully eliminated. Why?
Because I read it.
Yeah, because y'all are throwing.
Yeah. If we can win 2 more games, and if if the Bears, the Giants, the Panthers all win 1 more game, and Arizona wins 2 more games, we get the first pick. But I think we're still at the second pick despite winning. We're still at the second pick despite winning.
Man, I mean, Maserati Marv's gonna hit like crack in Chicago. Not New England. I pray the Patriots draft an O lineman. Honestly,
we're gonna take Joe.
They'll trade down. They're gonna trade down. They're gonna trade down. It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. At least you're not a Rams fan.
Yeah,
an absolutely devastating loss for Los Angeles. I was at at my school's basketball game, which also sucked. But yeah, I just remember looking at my phone, 4th and 9, we're punting. I was like, all right, just get a stop. The next update, kick return touchdown, 37-31. Fell to my knees. So yeah, pretty bad. And the Rams had a chance to actually make the postseason. I think that's pretty much all but quashed.
You're done.
Now,
You're done.
yeah. So we're gonna get a mid-draft pick, but we draft better later in the. Actually, I don't think we don't even own our pick. So never mind. The price for paying for a ring, it worked. Not many teams can say that worked. So.
And, when your team wins the Super Bowl, you can't complain about the team for the next 5 years.
No, and I'm not going to. They just give me a little hope is the thing. And then they just snatch it away from me.
Yeah, and this is the 5th year since the Pats won in 2018. So next year I can start complaining a lot again. If you thought it was bad this year.
Yeah, honestly, it's going to be really bad. Yeah, get ready to learn New Englandese. Anyways, so with that win with the Ravens, let's just stay on topic here. They're 10-3. They just beat a Rams team that has competed with every team they've played. Mm-hmm. The Rams still have a great offense. So where the Ravens are the Ravens looking good for the postseason?
They are. I mean, I still don't believe that the team as assembled has what it takes to make a deep playoff run. They never have. I mean, I feel like Lamar is going to go down at some point. He always does. And unfortunately, but I really, and I think the Eagles are frauds too, by the way.
Oh, 100%.
On that
and
note.
They proved that last night.
Oh yeah.
That was bad. Did you watch it all?
I did.
I did not. So go ahead. Give me your take.
I mean, the offense just couldn't get anything going against Dallas, and their defense, and Dallas is a good offense, but their defense was like a wet napkin trying to guard. I mean, you can't. And you got Dak throwing touchdowns to Michael Gallup in the red zone. Like, they're using CeeDee Lamb as a decoy, and it's working perfect. Tony Pollard sucks, and he's still getting good in. He's still getting work in against that Eagles defense. It's embarrassing. And
I don't know, Tony Pollard's biggest hater?
I am, because I'm Zeke's biggest believer. I'm his biggest supporter. It's awesome. Zeke had a good game.
We're done talking about the Patriots. There's nothing to talk about. They suck. It's just we'll talk about they are undefeated in December. I'll give you that.
Bailey Zappi's gonna be the starter next year. We're not gonna take a quarterback.
They gotta find a trade for what's his name, Mac. Yeah. So yeah, the Eagles moved down the 5th, which really hurts because now they got to go. Well, I mean, they get to play the Bucks at least. So
yeah, that'll be a good get right game for them.
They got to go play the Bucks in the postseason, so maybe they'll figure it out by then. That's an awful division. I can't believe the Packers have kind of just willed their way back into this postseason contention because Jordan Love actually looks good, and we're going to see that tonight, hopefully. But yeah, I mean, we got 4 10-3 teams. Obviously, the two most legit ones are both in the NFC with the Niners and Cowboys. I mean, this is obvious. Is this an NFC Championship preview? The Niners and Cowboys, and if it's not, who is?
Yeah, I think it is, unless the Eagles turn it around. But we talked about it last week. But Dak Prescott's going to win MVP.
I mean, it'll be such a shame because Christian McCaffrey deserves the MVP. If you saw, McCaffrey's 10-0. When he's playing and he's not injured, he's 10-0. And when he's off the field, that Niners offense looks horrible.
It does, but we know it's like the Heisman. It's a quarterback award.
Oh man, and yeah, I know, like, obviously you take a quarterback out, most of the time you're gonna be worse off unless you're the Cleveland Browns, Joe Flacco supremacy. But
Mm-hmm.
huge Joe Flacco believer. But yeah, it's just there needs to be a well that at least the NFL. Oops, am I still on? Okay, I hit my mic. My mic's kind of broken. At least the NFL has Offensive Player of the Year. Um, that's a little
He might
better.
win offensive. He might win NFC
I think
Offensive
he's
Player of the
going
Year.
to. If he doesn't win MVP, he's at least winning OPY, OPOY, OPODY. And then obviously it's either Parsons or Garrett on Defensive Player of the Year. At this point, the Cowboys have all the momentum, so it'll probably go to Parsons.
Yeah.
Just how it is. Little voter bias. So yeah, but you think Dak? That really we live in an age where Brock Purdy and Dak Prescott are 1 and 2 in the MVP race.
It's a weird feeling.
It's a terrible feeling, really.
It's not good. No, it's not good.
And look, I mean, they're both great guys. I like them both as people. I hate the way they play. It's so unfun. It's the most unfun thing ever. Just watching these guys drop back and get bailed out by the other team's weak defense. And maybe it's just Kyle Shanahan and Mike McCarthy coaching masterclass and whoever their offensive coordinators are. But I don't know. I don't know.
There you go.
Anyways, there's really not much in the NFL I want to talk about. All the storylines have kind of faded.
Yeah.
The Kelsey Swift thing has faded. The Pastronaut fandom is over. That was like a Linsanity run. Actually, Ryan, what were your thoughts on last night's Chiefs Bills? That was big news. The last play of the game, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, it was clearly offsides. He was lined up in the neutral zone. So I don't know what the gripe is there. I mean, I get it. What does he want there? You're supposed to line up where you're supposed to line up, and you'll be fine. And then to throw a temper tantrum afterwards at the referee, you never saw Brady doing that like that. You never saw him cuss out the referee.
I was going to mention that because this season has just taken a huge hit on Mahomes' legacy. Really, it's how you responding to adversity. He's not doing a good job. Let's be honest. No. You're absolutely right. That was clear offsides. I don't know what he's complaining about, and the fact that he's dying on this hill. It's not like he still believes it was a clean play. He was.
Did you see after the game with Josh Allen?
Yeah. When they were, I thought that was dumb. Like, just man up. Just, hey, man, good job. Instead, he was like, me.
Yep.
And you know what? I blame his wife. Personally. Terrible person. That's all.
Now, the only argument is if the receiver checked with the ref to see if he was good. What? Still.
You can look over anytime. And Kadarius Toney, get ready to learn Chinese. Because you have screwed up way too many times this year to have a job next year. I don't see any team picking him up.
No.
I wouldn't.
Well, he's going to be a Patriot then.
Probably so. I was thinking that too. Maybe he has a resurgence in New England. It's not going to happen.
He never had a surgence.
I don't know, man. I just be saying things.
I know.
So yeah,
that's okay.
A whole lot of mid in the NFL. How many teams we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 teams with 6 or 7 wins. half the league pretty
Mid.
much. And
Yeah.
we got 3 more teams with 8 wins, and then a 9-4 Lions team that just doesn't look good right now. And we were big on them. If you
We
remember,
were
episode
very big
10,
on them.
about 2 months ago, we were saying they were the title favorites. Where do the Lions stand now?
I could see them winning the wild card.
That's not enough.
No. I mean, that's crazy. That's good for Detroit.
Yeah, but this team, I mean, they got it.
Yeah.
This is Dan Campbell's job now to
Oh,
figure
yeah.
it out. But
They have the talent.
that's what.
I
Yeah,
think
that's
they
what I'm
have the
saying.
coaching.
And losing by 15 to the Bears is just not good.
No.
They've had 2 really bad losses like that. Losing to the
Yep.
Packers and the Bears. We're gonna let the Ravens loss slide because the Ravens have an electric offense, and so I'll give them that.
Yeah, but getting like at no point feeling like it's a winnable game against 2 very mediocre teams is embarrassing
Oh.
for a quote unquote Super Bowl contender.
100%. Like I can name a few teams that are 6 and 7 that can beat this Lions team, but
Mhm.
I'm not going to because there's no point. So yeah, the NFL is the mid FL. Maybe that's the title, the mid FL. There's really nothing. We already. It kind of looks like we already know who's going to play the Super Bowl. We already know who's going to win the MVP. It's kind of like the season's just been decided already, which kind of sucks because I was hoping it would go down to the final weeks. We would have some intriguing storylines, but the Cowboys
What's your Super
pulling
Bowl
away.
prediction?
Niners and the Dolphins have really turned it around the last 3 games. I think the Dolphins are coming back. They had those few games where it was like, all right, this team doesn't look good, but I think they figured it out. Their last 3 games, 13 points, 15 points allowed. They're outscoring their opponents. It might be the largest gap the last 3 games at least. So I think it'll go down to a Chiefs-Dolphins championship game if the bracket works that way. And then it'll be a Niners-Cowboys championship game with the Niners coming out on top. Dolphins play the Niners, and we have the Niners win a Super Bowl.
Okay.
That's what I think. So
That's fair. That's fair.
You got anything different?
I could see that. I think it's going to be the Niners out of the NFC, regardless. I could see Chiefs, maybe. They wouldn't win, but I could see the Chiefs in there. My heart wants the Ravens. I want that rematch.
Yeah, I would too, and I'd love to see OBJ play in another Super Bowl.
Yeah, but
because
I don't know
he
if
got
that'll
one
happen. I don't
touchdown
think that's
catch
gonna
and
happen.
blew out his knee.
Yeah,
OBJ's looking good though.
he is. He's looking really good.
You know what really surprises me here? Here's an intriguing storyline. It's that the Buffalo Bills are 11th in the AFC right now.
Mhm.
And they actually have the 3rd highest differential in the AFC, and they're 11th, which is
Oh,
just losing bad games by close. They're all 1 possession.
yeah. They just can't finish.
You think the Bills can figure it out?
Not this year. Not with this coach. I think
They
they
got-
need to get into the offseason. I think you have most of the personnel, but you might need somebody else at the helm who can really wrangle Josh Allen in. Get a QB whisperer in there. You'll be okay.
That's fair. Well, they have 2 guaranteed wins, Chargers and Patriots. This game against the Cowboys this weekend is season defining. If they can win that game, then we're looking at a playoff team, in my opinion.
Lost to the Patriots last time.
You don't lose to New England twice in the same year. Not this New England team.
That's fair. That's fair.
So, and it's at home.
Zappy's a new look.
It is going to be snowing New Year's Eve probably in Foxborough. Or no, sorry, Buffalo. Um, the last time, like last week, we saw what the Patriots did in the cold. The most electric game I've ever seen in person, with a final score of 6-0.
Yep.
So, you know what? Good job,
It's all right,
Patriots.
though.
Y'all are tanking. Y'all are tanking. It's fine. So yeah, that and last but not least, um, the Bengals are an interesting. Well, there's two: the Bengals and the Texans. They're both trending in opposite directions. Unfortunately, I thought the Texans had it in them.
Well, injuries got them.
Yeah, their whole offensive, their whole offense got obliterated the last 2 weeks, which is really disappointing. But it's
sucks.
promising. It's promising for next year.
They should be excited. They should be really excited in Houston.
So they got good. They got. I think they got the best coaching staff in the league.
They do. D'Amico Ryans is amazing.
And then, of course, they had the best rookie. And we'll see. I'm excited. I don't know. I've never said ever I'm excited for Texas football, but here we are.
There you go.
A lot of first. There's a lot of first this year, all around.
There you go.
And then, yeah, the team that's trending up, the Bengals. Browning actually looks really good. I might like he's commanding the game. He's running the offense smoothly. His clock commands are fantastic. That was like the one game I actually watched for a lot of it. Did you hear that?
Mm-mm.
Okay. I had the sound on. I was trying to pull up the stats. 18 of 24 for 275, 2 touchdowns and a pick. That's pretty damn good. So against your boy Gardner.
He's having a great year, though. He really is.
Great for his standards.
He's perfect to me.
He is gorgeous to me.
I still have his jersey.
I'm sure you do.
I do.
I don't care.
Okay.
Gardner Minshew, just because you talk about him all the time, is my most overrated quarterback in football. And Brock Purdy exists. Yeah.
Wow. That's rude. That's rude.
Don't care. No. Moving on. I'm done with football.
NBA?
NBA. How did you like the in-season tournament?
I loved it. I really loved it. And my team got knocked out in the semifinals by the Pacers, which sucked because everybody and the NBA wanted Celtics Lakers in the first in-season tournament.
Yep.
I wanted it. I needed it. That's okay. I'm not too worried about my team not winning it. We're focused on Banner 18, and the Lakers are celebrating another Mickey Mouse title. But enough pettiness. It was a fantastic move by the NBA and Adam Silver. It made us care about these November, December games that we would not otherwise care at all about. And so mission accomplished. It was fun. The fans were bought in. The players were bought in and really wanted to win. They celebrated like they won another title, which is what you wanted to see out of this tournament because it only matters if it matters to the players. Because if the players are bought in, the fans are going to get bought in, and then that's when it becomes a legitimate thing. Now, I know they're talking about expanding it. We're obviously going to have league expansion in a couple of years, and they'll probably expand the number of games. And I even saw that they want to work with FIBA to create another in-season tournament with international teams, which would be, well, not international, like national clubs, but like, you know, EuroLeague teams and things of that nature.
Yeah, like Barcelona
which would be crazy. Awesome. They're really trying to do a Champions League type deal, which I think is fantastic for the sport. But yeah, other than the stupid courts, I loved it. And I hope that we see a change to the courts.
All right. The washing machine just went off, so it made a really loud buzz. I was trying not to talk. But yeah, no, I completely agree. Adam Silver has done it again, just like with the play-in tournament. I love the play-in tournament as much as anyone else. The in-season tournament was great, and it was really cool to see it in Vegas, which I think is where it should stay forever. But one thing they got to get rid of the court designs. That's just, it's dumb. Just put a little logo or something, then call it a day. Because that was infuriating to watch. But I love the NBA Cup. I love the trophies. Cool. The medals are cool. The in-season tournament, the all-in-season tournament team, that award, it's the platinum basketball or whatever it is. It weighs 20 pounds. That's cool.
We can name it after LeBron now that he won it first.
Which is what's going to happen. It's going to be the LeBron James in-season tournament. Hold on, it's doing it again.
And in 5 years, it'll be the LeBron James Invitational.
Could you imagine? I mean, they finally found something. Hey, all I'm saying, Jordan doesn't have anything like that. It's
true.
That's all I'm saying, guys. That's all I'm saying.
True. Technically, you are right.
You know what? I'll hop back to the in-season tournament. This is on my mind. What does LeBron James have to do to be considered better than Jordan?
I think he needs to win another one.
I agree.
I think another MVP would help.
That's not happening.
Playing at this high of a level for 2 more years. I mean, I think most decent ball knowers acknowledge that LeBron is over Jordan, but I don't think that we'll ever be able to give LeBron the amount of accomplishments it would take for him to be undisputed. Unfortunately.
Yeah, no, you're right. I saw something last night. It was saying it's do you value longevity or do you value just an explosive prime, which LeBron also had. But it's like you got to think about Jordan's light shines at 100% for 10 years and then for 11 years and then fades. LeBron's light shines 95% as bright and it's gone on for 19 years. Which one would you rather have? Do you want I take the 95 for 19, honestly, but I do.
I mean, fair, and then also you have to factor in total different eras, total different styles of basketball. It's not a fair argument or comparison to begin with, but people will always make it. And so,
Yeah. I also saw another thing. It was like LeBron's played with so many Hall of Famers, and then they listed off like Shaq and Derrick Rose and players like that. Like I was like, he played Shaq, Cavs Shaq, who was 400 pounds and averaged like 12 and 8. But yeah, go off. But yeah. Anyways, that was just on my mind since we were talking about it. I do think LeBron's the GOAT, but I think he's undisputed if he wins a title this year, and I think this is the last year he has a chance. Really.
Yep.
I don't, because the Celtics, and I think the Celtics are still front runners. That roster, if healthy, that roster if healthy. Yeah, you hope.
Knock on wood.
I will. So yeah, we'll see. But I hope it's the Celtics-Lakers finals, honestly. That would be so cool. Halliburton robbed us of that.
He did.
Speaking of Halliburton, I'm just going to go out and say it. He's the best guard in basketball right now. Move over, Steph Curry. Sorry. SGA's not. Tyrese Halliburton, the way he dominates, the way he controls the game by a guy who's so young. I mean, am I wrong?
No, you're not. He's up there. He's 1 or 2. I could see him at 1. I'm okay with putting him at 1. Yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah, I mean, just came off probably the best 4-game stretch of his career in the in-season tournament when it mattered.
Yeah,
I mean,
he looks good. He's winning games.
And it really mattered for the Pacers because none of those guys are getting paid. And so he was playing like it was his last game. Whereas you have the Lakers, who highest payroll or one of the highest payrolls. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it was cool to see. I mean, he was averaging like 30, 15, and 10, which is nuts. on like one turnover a game.
Yeah.
Efficient,
so we'll see if he
smart.
can stay consistent.
Yeah,
But
I think so. Right now, my power ranking has him at 1.
Okay.
Speaking of power rankings, what do you think? Have you looked at this? Have you looked at the standings?
Which standings?
The NBA standings. Don't pull them up. I'm going to have you guess.
No.
Top 5. Give me your top 5 of what you think it would normally look like, and I'll give you the top 5.
For power rankings or
Yeah, or for standing.
okay. Give me the Celtics. Okay. Nuggets.
They're at 4
Okay.
in the West, so they're off the top 5.
Okay. Wow.
I know.
Wow. Interesting.
It's the Celtics kryptonite sits right under them.
Lakers.
No. They're kryptonite right now.
Magic.
I'm glad you admitted that, by the way. Yes, the Magic are 2.
Wow.
And actually, the Timberwolves are 1. I'll just give it to you. Timberwolves, Celtics, Magic, Bucks, and Thunder. Your top 5 teams in basketball. It might be the most cursed thing ever.
It's awesome, though. That's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's great for the game. Every team in the West is above 500 in the postseason picture, and
that makes sense.
only the Hawks are under 500 in the Eastern Conference playoff picture.
That also
which means
makes
there's
sense.
a lot of really bad basketball playing down at the bottom.
The NBA is back, baby. The West is amazing. The East sucks. The East doesn't suck.
The East doesn't suck. The East looks pretty damn good right now.
This is a great year for basketball.
Yeah, they have a better top 6 than the West does. Yeah, start watching. You got League Pass?
No, I don't. I'm gonna get it though.
You need to. You need to hop on League. You should have got it on 2K.
I'm gonna steal Spencer's.
There you go. Spencer doesn't watch this anyways. He will never know.
Exactly.
Here's a fun fact. The bottom 3 teams in basketball, Pistons, Wizards, and Spurs, in their last 49 games combined, 1 in 48.
That's
Spurs,
horrible.
16-game losing streak. Pistons, 19-game losing streak. Wizards have lost, was that 15 out of their last 16?
Yeah, that's terrible.
And now you know why teams are so good up top. Does this performance hurt Wemby's legacy? Did the Spurs already? I know I'm already talking about legacy with a rookie. Does this poor showing from the San Antonio Spurs hurt Wemby in any way?
No, not at all. It's gonna really help him when they start winning games in a couple years.
Why is that? Just because you think?
Because his numbers are gonna be there this season, and then they're gonna start building the team around him, and he's only gonna get better, and he's gonna be the best player on a top team, and he'll be fine. As long as those knees stay intact. Just keep the knees okay.
No, that's what worries. That's what worries me. He got me all kinds of worried. He's got the highest usage rating of any rookie in NBA history.
Yeah, I'm afraid they're going to run him into the ground, but also maybe in the offseason, I think he's going to take a massive step forward next season. I think this offseason will really help him in acclimating his body to the NBA because he looks so awkward out there. Yeah. He's doing well for the most part, but he just...
Yeah, he's leading the Spurs in every stat except assist.
That's not hard to do.
Yeah, but you got Devin Vassell, who will probably end up leading the Spurs in points, but he's been injured most of the season. But, Spurs got a lot of things to do. Sohan needs to get out of the point guard spot. Trey Jones needs to start playing more. You know, we've been saying this. You love Zach Collins because I hate Zach Collins.
He's awesome.
Not as a person. Zach, I'm sure you're a nice guy. But, Yeah,
Really, because I
Wemby's
think he looks like a
19.
douchebag.
I'm just saying that by the rare chance that this ever got big, which probably not. So I guess yeah, sure, he looks like a dick, but um, yeah, I don't know. Spurs are in trouble. I think Pop's got to go, and I think
Wow.
Becky Hammond should take over, and I think she
Well,
would.
she should, but
even
she
though
won't.
Why not? You don't think so?
She's too important to the WNBA.
Yeah, but that's an NBA job where you get paid like 10 times more.
That's true, but I just don't know if she would leave. I guess we'll see. Monty,
Yeah, I don't.
match made in heaven.
Yeah, except Monty is currently running the Pistons into the ground as we speak. So
That's true. Was he a fraud in Phoenix? Was
I
that
think
team
so.
too big
I
to
think
fail?
he was, and it did fail. I don't know.
It did
I love
fail.
Monty personally. Actually, was friends with his daughter in high school, Jana.
I know.
Nice family.
Friend of the show.
Yeah, you know Jana, friend of the show.
Monty Williams, friend of the show.
Maybe I don't know. Maybe just that situation in Detroit's just so bad.
It is
It's
a bad
insurmountable.
situation.
I mean, if the greatest coach of all time is doing this to the Spurs, and yeah, I can't imagine what's happening in Detroit, really.
Yeah.
So, both teams on their way to breaking records in the wrong way possible. So we'll see. Will they beat? Will the Spurs and Pistons be worse than the 2011 Bobcats?
No.
You don't think so?
I don't think a team will ever be that bad again. Unless we have another
70
bad
something?
expansion. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Which could happen.
That could happen with an expansion team in 2025 or 2026. I forget which year they'll be here.
Speaking of expansion, what do you think? Seattle and who? Vegas?
Seattle and Vegas, maybe a team out east, but I really think that they're just going to move the Pelicans to the
There's too
Eastern
many teams
Conference.
out there.
Yeah, they're going to move the Pelicans to the Eastern Conference, but it's going to be Seattle. I mean, that's confirmed. It's got to be Vegas.
You think LeBron has expressed interest in being the owner of one of those expansion teams?
Unless he's still in the league.
He could be, because Bryce, I think, by 2026, his youngest, he's like, I want to play with my youngest too. This guy's insane. He's the only person in professional sports that I've seen successfully.
We'll see what happens with Bronny though. He's
his first game.
First game in a losing effort to Long Beach Poly.
Long Beach State. Yeah. But you know what? He didn't play much. He's on minutes. He's on restriction. Yeah. You got to be careful with that situation. Did you see the announcer with that horrific just fail of a call?
He tried it
on
best.
Bronny's first. Dude, blocked by James is all you had to say. And it would have been like absolute cinema. But no. He really screwed that one up, which was really frustrating. So yeah, we'll see. LeBron's the only one who's beaten Father Time so far in sports history, except maybe Tiger Woods for that one season.
Yeah.
But then Tiger Woods beat himself. Sorry. Don't take meds and drive, guys. I'm sure he would be the first person to tell you that. Moving on.
Can we go 1 week? Can we go 1 week without you saying something? Just one.
I'm sorry. We were talking about Wemby. I wanted to note real fast, because I still think he's the best rookie. He's not going to win Rookie of the Year.
Chet,
averaging 1.5 steals a game, 3 blocks a game. He might be top 3 voting for DPOY. I know you hate it when I say
well,
DPOY.
he might be top 3, but I'll tell you who's going to win it.
Go ahead.
Derek White is going to win it, actually. I'm not even kidding. Look, pull up his stats. Pull up his defensive stats right now. I'm not even going to tell you what they are. Just look at them.
All right, this better be good.
Share with the class.
We're going on He's got good win shares. I'll give him that. I mean, I'm not saying Derek White's a bad player. I love Derek White. I think he's the best thing the Celtics have, especially. They have Drew Holiday.
He's playing like an all-star. He's playing like an all-star.
He might be an all-star. He might very well.
There's an argument. Yeah, and there's an argument. He's our second best player.
There's an argument to be had there. He's definitely better than the highest paid player in NBA history.
Okay, but but that contract is going to look small by next year.
Especially with I think Ohtani literally broke the American sports contract system.
Yep, it's gonna be
all
like
the way
soccer.
back to our first.
It's gonna be like soccer over in Europe.
All right, here we go. We got defensive win shares for his highest win shares for 48 games. Defensive win shares already at 1, and he was at 3 last year. That's pretty good. He's got a good defensive box plus minus. I mean, I didn't pull up the right stats that compare, but I mean, looking at the stats, he's got a good block percentage, steal percentage. Yeah, maybe that'll be a conversation maybe for next week.
We can have that conversation next week
because I need to do a little more research. You kind of threw me a curveball on Derek White, Defensive Player of the Year. So yeah, we'll see. He was all defensive team last year. So who knows? Spurs have a knack for finding great talent and trading it away only for them to blossom. So,
but in conclusion, I'm high on the Celtics.
As you should be. This is actually an exciting year for Celtics fans, especially when they got nothing else going on.
Yep.
Well, the Bruins are good, but they're going to blow it. We're not talking about hockey. I'm not ready for that talk yet.
No, but you're right. That's going to happen, so it's fine. I've accepted that.
So, last thing, I don't even know how I'm going to do this. So I don't know if this part makes it to our to the podcast, but I wanted to show you something I came across a few days ago, and it's who Andre Bloch is, so I don't have to tell you, and I don't have to give anyone. For those who don't know, Andre Bloch, NBA center, he's a baller, and here's his. He still is. Well, yeah, he's
not in the league.
He's still a baller though. I'm sure he's dominating the rec leagues. So here we go. A little Andre Kyrie Irving Bloch mixtape. Which it's got actually I don't even like the commentary. I'm turning the commentary off. But look at that. He's hitting Euros. Smooth.
He's the Big Easy.
He got look at this move on Jared Sullinger. What does he do?
Nasty. Look at this.
Look at that. See, I mean, this is just
it's crazy. Look at that.
The Euro, the scoop layup.
That's like me playing
Klay
2K.
Thompson, see ya.
See, but if I pulled those moves out in 2K with you, you would say you play the worst brand of basketball I've ever seen.
You do play the worst brand of basketball in 2K. I ain't gonna lie.
But we win.
Check this out. Now he's running the fast break. I mean,
plays defense.
I mean, he should have got more minutes in his career. Let's be honest here.
Well, he played in the wrong era. But look at that, just terrible.
He really did. Disgusting. He was about 5 years too early. Yams. Yep. I mean, this looks like there he is. That looks like 2012 LeBron against Boston, which I watched like a whole documentary on that last night. It was
sadistic. It was the most disgusting, personal, like dissected us and just took weird sadistic pleasure in doing it. And you know what? To be fair, because we're the ones that kept the Cavs out every year, forever.
And then they built a super team to make sure that was guaranteed not to happen.
They built a super team as the Big Three was exiting their primes and was getting washed. So it was kind of a perfect storm. And even then, I'll tell you this right now, the Miami Heat teams would not beat the Celtics in their prime because they almost didn't when they were washed. Those series always went 6-7 games. And that was when
that
Pierce,
2013 Heat team beats anyone.
Well,
that 2013 Heat team beats anyone except the 2014 Spurs team.
That was when Ray Allen already jumped ship.
Yeah, that's true. I don't.
08 Celtics
Yeah,
versus 2013 Heat.
I mean, Kobe had that team though, in for their money though. That was Kobe, to be fair. Um, I don't know. Was that the last year of their prime? Is that what you're saying? Oh wait,
Last year their prime was 09 when
it's like
we
11.
lost. We lost to the Lakers in 7 in the finals, and then the next year KG tore his ACL, and that was when it was over.
When was Rondo's rookie year? Was 08
He was drafted
or
in 07.
07?
So yeah, 07, 08.
Oh
Yeah.
seven, 08. Okay.
That was his rookie
Yeah,
year.
so sure. Could you imagine if Rondo was in his prime too? Then yeah, I would totally agree. That's like maybe a top 5 best team ever.
And KG wasn't even in his
Obviously.
prime anymore.
Maybe it still is. We got 96, 97 Bulls. We have 17, 18 Warriors.
I think you have to have 08 Celtics in the conversation.
08 Celtics, 15, 16 Warriors. I'll throw in the 15, 16 Cavs. That's a great team too.
14 Spurs, did you say that?
14 Spurs. No, I did not. But thank you.
You're welcome.
I mean, you got to throw a Showtime
23.
Laker in there.
23, 24 Celtics.
Maybe they got to win.
We'll see what happens.
They gotta do something, or they gotta do the Warriors where they at least broke the regular season record. I would say 22-23 Nuggets. That team
Ooh.
just dismantled
Yep.
everyone. And it's not like that Lakers team was bad, but I mean they just dominated.
They
on
couldn't
all
keep
fronts.
pace. They couldn't. It's like when you see a Power 5 team in football play against like an FCS school or something, and they can keep, maybe make it interesting for the first quarter or two, but attrition
They
sets
just
in.
out, yeah.
And that's exactly what happened there.
And it's really unfortunate when probably the greatest 3-year stretch in modern NBA history, you got a center running the point and just dominating, hitting fadeaway 3-pointers from 35 out on Anthony Davis. Absolutely disrespectful performance from Jokic. I think this is the greatest 3-year prime I've seen, but maybe besides Russell Westbrook.
Yeah.
His only problem is that Jokic can't play defense. So, but yeah, who cares? He's a champ, 2-time MVP. Should have won MVP last year. That's all I'll say about it for now.
No.
You were typing something. You got something for me?
I did send you a little message.
All right. My internet's getting bad. No. That's yours, buddy.
No, pal. I'm on my hotspot.
Your
I'm
good
on
old
my
friend.
hotspot.
Oh, that's why it's bad. I was going to wrap it up. Thank you for rushing me,
You're welcome.
dick.
That's what I'm here for, bro.
No, my internet's good. I'm running about 800 megabytes a second, and just paid the internet bill. So
Okay.
Ligma.
Maybe the problem. Maybe I'm the problem.
You are the problem. Yeah.
All right.
That's fine.
fair.
All right, Ryan. Since you are, and I'm ready to go. This is our longest one yet, I think.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go. So go ahead. Get us out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to this week's episode of the TYB podcast. If you made it this far, please be sure to leave us likes, subscriptions, kind messages I'm going to drop Will Glover's home address and then send him all the presents. That would be wonderful. Check us out on social media. We're getting more active. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, wherever you are. We will find you. So, thank you very much. We'll see you next week. Have a lovely Tuesday.